I was very hurt by that because it just didn't feel real. I didn't feel like she was being real with me. I felt like she was judging me. And I don't deal well with judgment. I'm a very rebellious person when it comes up to judgment. Like that's just kind of who I am sometimes, which I'm not saying is right. But I really came at it like, I don't care what you say.
You're like, that's what you're going to say to me? After all, that's what you're going to say to me?
Well, I'm already on this path. Why not just keep going? And that point in my life, I remember that was when I was like, I have nothing else to lose, you know?
So she only got deeper into adult content at that point, but that was only until something really unexpected happened. After years of doing adult work, she said that she decided to give it all up in order to pursue a relationship with Jesus.
I am now giving it all up for Christ. I am now truly a believer. I would never take it back. God radically saved me from this darkness.
She was baptized, she deleted her OnlyFans account, and she got rid of all of her designer clothes and expensive purchases. But here's where some people are starting to get a little skeptical. You may be wondering if her motivation to leave everything behind and to follow Jesus was simply to get her parents back in her life and to make them proud. I mean, it's clear from listening to her that she missed her parents a lot, and she wanted nothing more than for them to embrace her with open arms, thankful that she finally came to see the light. But then this happened.
In my mind, I expected this change to be like the prodigal son returning, you know? In my mind, I was like, I hope that's something like what it's like to return home whole and not whole. He didn't come back whole. He came back broken, you know? And then he comes back to his home, you know, where he belongs and got an amazing welcome. I'm not expecting
a delicious fatted calf.
Yes. And I wanted that, but it did not happen at all. And it kind of broke my heart a little bit. But
with either of your parents, it didn't happen.
So even though she's now at a place where her parents always wanted her to be, it seemed that they were.
So, thoughts. Dude, I'll tell you, man, like, I just thought about this as I was watching the video.
Yes.
Like, think about this. You look up your daughter's name online, and all you see is debauchery.
Yeah.
And half-naked pictures, if not more, like that.
Yeah.
Like, that has to mess with your mind, bro. Like,
I mean, it's funny because this reminds me, because my wife and I were talking about this.
About this video?
No, not about this.
OnlyFans?
No. Yeah, I'm going to start my own OnlyFans, guys. No, we were talking about what is it going to be like to love two kids. You know, we're expecting another one.
You love one more and one less.
Well, and that was the thing, right? You know, it was more of the debate was, as a parent, do you love one more than the other? Do you love them both the same? And I bring this up because it brings me to us understanding what is love and what are the different forms of love, right? Like agape love, unconditional love, there's conditional love. Like, what are the different types of love that we're really looking for and searching for? Because this is where it gets complicated. The type of love that it sounds like she's looking for from her parents is the only type of love that God can truly fulfill, right? I can be here and blue in the face and say, well, the Christian response is, you know, if she came to Christ, we got to love her unconditionally, but we're humans. We're messed up, we're broken, and we put conditions to everything.
Yeah, but what do you think about her parents' reaction? What do you think about her parents' reaction overall?
Well,
she gave her life to Christ.
Yes.
Apparently. Mm-hmm. Right? She gave up everything and was expecting a big welcome home from her parents. That's not what she got.
So
they're still estranged. It wasn't like they just welcomed her back. What are your thoughts?
So I struggle with that because I feel like the story of the prodigal son is a good example of how God is with us. I do know how also in the word it talks about how God takes our past and throws it, you know, into the sea. It's just this whole idea of where God, you know, forgets all these different things. And kind of like how Merari just wrote right there, it's going to take time to repair the relationship. But I struggle heavily with her parents' response to her. I don't think that was the right
I don't think I do. I don't think I do.
I do, 100%. Dude, if your child is in the dark for whatever amount of years and they finally realize, yo, I've been in the wrong, that at least would bring me a lot of joy. Yes, kind of like how Chetty said earlier, there needs to be some counseling. There's some work that needs to be put in to be able to restore the relationship. But if your child tells you, hey, I hated Christ and now I see him as my savior, that should be some joy already to see, like, okay, my child is starting to walk on the right path. They're starting to seek more of the Lord. Like, this should bring me some joy that my child is now in the light.
I mean, I think that she got that welcome from God, which is what the prodigal son is truly about, right?
Yes.
And I have no doubt in my mind that this is how God received her after she, and it sounds like she like lived in a Christian home, but it doesn't sound that she was actually a Christian. It sounds like after the OnlyFans stuff is when she really came to know Christ and gave her life to him.
Just because she's a pastor's kid doesn't mean she's a Christian.
I don't know if she's a pastor's kid.
No, she is a pastor's kid.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just because you're a pastor's kid does not mean you're a Christian.
And I think that I'm reminded of Invincible. I don't think you've seen it, but
Not yet. I'm on Spy Family right now.
yeah. So there's the main character's dad, right? He's like part of this conqueror race, et cetera, right? And it gets to a point where he thinks like the conquerors, because he was sent to Earth to conquer, right? That was the whole thing. And he thinks that they're gonna be coming back, so he starts conquering, like killing everybody. And their mom calls his wife like a pet, basically. So he just goes off, right?
Yeah.
Then he's fighting his son. He's about to kill him, but he can't do it because obviously he loves him, and he leaves, right? And then another season later, the kid reunites with his father, and obviously he's mad. He's hated him ever since he did that. Yeah. When he meets him in that episode, the first thing that he does is that he hugs him. But then after, like, he was delighted to see his dad, and then it's like, oh, everything that he did came back to his mind, and he's like, he pushed him away, and they almost started fighting again. So I am sure that her parents were happy that she came to Christ and that she wasn't doing that anymore. But I can completely understand the fact that that relationship wasn't just like, oh, no, rainbows and butterflies.
And it's not that I'm saying that
I don't know. Maybe you've seen some other videos, but I don't know how that whole interaction played out or what happened that she didn't get I don't know exactly what her not being welcome as a prodigal son really truly means, but I can definitely understand that that relationship wasn't just rosy right after she came to Christ. Yeah, from the parents' perspective.
And it's not that it should be rosy, but it's more of like, okay, now we're on the same page. Now we have enough of a foundation to work off of.